You might have a personal brand, you might have a professional brand. You know, if you're that committed to making content, that might actually be the better way to do it. Is there anything left in there? Do you just want to double check one more time? Let me just make sure I get the mic in there real fast. Can you just... Okay. There we go. Just... We're at the largest Honda dealership in the Western Hemisphere. It's 150,000 square feet of Honda awesomeness. I'm here to see Big Mike. You know, Facebook and Instagram is one of the few places that you still have good, solid remarketing. You know, on these devices now, you only get 24 hours to market to a customer.
That's right.
And Google has changed again, even all of their remarketing stuff. So like the way that dealerships advertise, Facebook, Instagram is still the best way for them. So you get your VIN specific stuff. You have your event stuff, which no one does a lot of, which is really kind of disappointed because like you can run posted or sponsored events on Facebook, and it actually organically performs really well because no one actually takes advantage of that ad format like ever, right? So it's like if you are going to run an event, like that's a good place to run the event, right? And it can be a micro event, but then you can also target like who you want to see that micro event. So if it's a Civic upgrade thing, you can target just your Civic customers that have already purchased from you. So that's more event type stuff. Then you have the branding, which people don't ever do enough of in the first place, and that's more the why, buy, here's.
That's
right?
a little bit more. It's a little bit more complicated to set up. That's why I think people shy away from it.
Well, because it actually requires them to take time.
Yeah, and
you know, and
they want the simple. Here's an ad. Let's run that ad and try to get likes and clicks and click-throughs.
Well, they think the car sells the dealership, but I mean, we just said it. I can go buy the same Honda Civic from 7 locations.
That's kind of what the branding I want to do. I sell Hondas, but what sets Honda Queensway apart from the other Honda dealerships?
I actually prefer the in-dealership experience, but my talent was so good at taking that online and making that online experience because I actually treat them like a fucking human. You know, like I would actually like talk to them normally, not like, thank you for your inquiry today. When would you like to come in? You know, I'm like, dude, great choice. I dig that car too. I actually saw it come in. It looks really nice. Was there anything in particular like I can get you for it? It's a great ride. Like I
know you hate templates.
I know you hate templates. No, I hate templates, but I love standardizing. So it's like I standardize communications efforts, but I don't template communicate because like I'll tell you, and you're the same too. Like a consumer smells a template, they know. Yeah. They're like, all right, great.
That's scary to them.
You just didn't care enough to actually write me out a proper response. I remember I had the sales manager. Talk about discipline. Of course, ex-military. So, you know, where discipline and consistency and routine and process was literally a, not just a good idea, but a life and death. You know, it's just like, this is what you had to do, and this is how you had to do it.
Right.
And I just remember him always really struggling how other people didn't understand that. And because it was so embedded and a part of his life, he struggled to figure that one out, right? But as he kind of continued to grow as a sales manager, and watching him continue to grow as a sales manager, is that commitment, that discipline was so infectious that it went beyond just the sales and it started getting implemented throughout the entire culture of the dealership. And it can start with something as little as how the hell you take your pictures. I know people are probably listening to this going, wow, that sounds pretty corny.
We take great pictures.
We take great pictures, but no, look, the customer sees it. The consistency of your marketing efforts, the consistency of your pictures says, like, it's not words that necessarily have to describe your business or why I want to do with your business.
People think in pictures.
Yes, I see that commitment.
Yeah.
Like I see that commitment. It's like when I go, I'll give you another example, one that, you know, other dealerships are listening or watching right now might connect with. One of my biggest pet peeves is I go onto a dealership's Google reviews and I see all these reviews and nobody responds to them. Not a single person responds to them.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's horrible. And look, it's a little tiny thing, but what it tells me as a consumer is you just don't care.
Right.
Yeah. People might go, Jason, that's not true. Not everybody thinks that, but a lot of people do. All right, you can show how passionate you are about what you do by these little tiny things, and I think you do the exact same thing.
Do you address the elephant in the room, or do you not address the elephant in the room? What semantics do you use? Is there a reason that you're having
depends on the messaging and how you operationally want to handle it.
Yeah. I mean, do you start with we hope that everybody's fine, or do you just ignore the fact that you're in the pandemic?
I think empathy of any kind and understanding right out of the gate with any of your marketing messages is really key.
I think that's important.
I think it's super important. I think any dealership out there right now that's kind of just like ignoring the elephant in the room is not doing quite well.
No, I agree.
And customers they care more about how you're going to handle them when they come in, necessarily more than they care about the discounts or the payments right now. Yeah, so it's like if they are shopping, one cool thing is they're definitely not shopping multiple dealerships. They're spending an obscene amount of their time online trying to figure out who they want to do business with and then attempting to do business with them. Yeah. So from like an operations perspective, like, are you guys like, dude, I have a mixed bag. Like I have dealerships that are in Canada, all over Canada. I mean, I have dealerships out in Vancouver that are like, COVID what? I'm sorry, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, in our performance group, we have a few West Coast dealers, and they seem to be business as usual, as close as they can be. It's strange. I don't know.
Granted, inventory levels can be fucked up a little bit, but otherwise than that, they're fine. And then it's just dealers here in the GTA, dude. It's a mixed bag. Like I just got just this weekend, I probably have about 5 dealerships said, Jay, we're back to appointment only. So we need to get that message out there. It's got to be on the website. It's got to be in all of our email efforts. It's got to be, we need them to know that they can't just walk in. They need to schedule that appointment.
Oh, me. I forgot to hit record. Yep, the last 22 minutes I have not been recording.